when you take part in an event like this, well, it reminds you that the soul of America still exists in certain people, in certain areas of the country, in certain states. It helps renew your hopes for this country. Because in the end, this isn't about Donald Trump, is it? It's about renewing America and restoring a constitutional America. These people are all on a Saturday morning joining forces to support Donald Trump, who has decided to sacrifice his life for the American people. And boy, isn't that the understatement of the decade. Look what they're doing to Donald Trump. Well, these folks are here to support him. And they realize what's at stake because, again, it's not about Donald Trump, it's about our country. So we are live just south of Clearwater, Florida. We're on an area, if you're not familiar with Florida, this is called the intracoastal, not intercoastal, but the intracoastal. The intracoastal is a waterway highway that exists on both coasts of Florida that allows you to navigate north and south in the state and not have to be out in the Gulf of Mexico or on the east coast of Florida, be out in the Pacific Ocean. In other words, it's calm waters. Really kind of a cool invention for the state of Florida, where obviously there's a lot of boaters. And a lot of these boaters care about this country and care about the future of the country, and are here to prove it today. How many boats? I don't know. How many boats, Michelle? 200? 300?
They're thinking 600-700.
All shapes and sizes. We're in a little dinghy. It's only about 42 feet. What kind of boat is this again?
Miston. Center console.
Center console. What's the maker?
Miston.
Miston? Miston. Beautiful boat. And we're about at the tip of the spear here. As the camera points north, well, no, that's pointing south, actually. So we are headed toward the ultimate destination is a little area in Florida called Madera Beach and what's called John's Pass. And I don't know that John's Pass can accommodate 200 or 300 boats, but we're going to see if it can. As people along the coast here of the intracoastal honk and wave and show support. We haven't had any negatives so far. We've seen a few flags that say FJB. I don't know what that means, but more Trump flags than FJB. I even see a Trump-Pence sign. So we are live on the intracoastal. I'm going to try and pinpoint our location right now, in case you're keeping score at home. We're right off of Bel Air Bluffs, which is just south of Clearwater. And we're headed toward Indian Rocks Beach. Indian Rocks Beach is another community along the intracoastal of Florida. And we got a little pontoon boat right there, south of this boat, or that would be north of this boat, to the stern of this boat. And other vessels as far as the eye can see, all replete with flags. As you can see, mostly American flags, but a heck of a lot of Trump flags, too. Beautiful day for this, I would say. I don't know, what do you think, Special Ed? About 82, 83 degrees?
I think we have 82 degrees here. I think we got water temperature at least in the high 70s, and the humidity is lower than both.
What humidity?
Exactly.
Some of the homes along the intracoastal are quite magnificent, by the way. These are homes. I couldn't even guess what their assessed value would be, but it cost a couple of nickels, that's for sure. And a lot of these homes are folks who own boats, as you can see. A lot of folks are playing music along with their adventure down the intracoastal. But it's an absolutely beautiful day. I'm going to pop in real quick with my hat. You see my hat? Can you see what it says? We won. That actually was produced prior to the election results of 2020. So this was designed to be a hat, a victory hat. And of course, we all know what happened in 2021. The farce, the election malfeasance, the stolen election. But really now it symbolizes we did win, didn't we? Okay. So as Donald Trump says, we won once in 2016. We won twice in 2020, although it was stolen. We're going to have to win again in 2024. The problem is, as we all know, the cheating hasn't stopped. And states like California, of course, are doing their best to continue the cheating. So we have to double down our efforts to try and stop it. I suggest to people all the time that that's what we should be focusing on. So you look at some of these houses here along the intracoastal, and they're beautiful, magnificent. And if you notice, if you're not from Florida, a lot of these folks store their boats above the water line. And this boat that we're on is actually stored above the water line as well. And the reason is because the barnacles are cuckoo in Florida. I believe that's the reason. Isn't that the reason, Michelle, you store boats above the water line in Florida? Because of the barnacle situation?
Yes. Yes.
What happens if you leave it in the water in perpetuity? The barnacles start forming immediately?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to clean them, what, once a week?
Every 2 weeks you gotta have somebody scrape the bottom.
That's crazy. So a lot of folks store their boat in what they call them? Slings? What do they call those things? Lifts. There's a helicopter overhead. I don't know who's flying in that thing, but it's not a news chopper. I know a news chopper when I see a news chopper. That's not a news chopper. So we are approaching Indian Rocks Beach. We're going to go under a bridge, one of many bridges along the intracoastal. This is not a drawbridge. Of course, we don't have to worry about that being a motorboat. But a beautiful day for a flotilla. Actually, they call this technically a Trumparilla. And I want to thank our captain, Captain Cook, for providing the boat, and his lovely assistant, Michelle. Special Ed is on the camera in the stern. And, of course, we have High-Tech John manning his gear in the bow. And we are headed south on the intracoastal, headed toward Johns Pass. We have a what? Oh, yes, up on the bridge. People are out replete with their American flags, as it should be, on a beautiful Saturday morning, May 4th, 2024. Actually, Kentucky Derby Day. So this is our own Derby, and we're not in Kentucky. And tomorrow is, of course, Cinco de Mayo. All right, so we have basically entered Indian Rocks Beach, which, if you're keeping score at home, is just south of Clearwater, Florida, and a beautiful little community that has water on both sides of it, both the intracoastal side and the Gulf side. The water temperature, in case you're wondering, right now in the Gulf is somewhere around 76 degrees. Air temperature, I'm guessing, I don't have my Let me see if I can pull it up right now. In case you're watching in some cold location like California, it's 80 degrees right now, and the water temperature is approximately 76 degrees. So it's just a horrible day for boating. Horrible, awful. As you can see, people are just fighting the terrible weather. So it's really hard to get an estimate on the size of this thing, but these boats are stretching literally as far as the eye can see. We're at the vanguard of the flotilla, and I'm guessing, I don't know, I'm guessing maybe a mile long full of boats, length of boats. Maybe we can sneak over, John, to one of these boats and try and talk to these people. What do you think? Maybe that? How well we can yell. Or maybe these guys right here. Yeah, they're slowing down a little bit. What do you think of this?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Huh?
Fantastic.
Terrible day for boating, huh?
Paradise.
What's going to happen in November? What's going to happen in November?
Trump, baby. Trump all the way.
What about her? I didn't get a Trump out of her. Hey, over here. Everybody's having a good time. Hey, what do you think of this? Who's the Air Force veteran? Who's the Air Force veteran? Hey, why aren't you in it? Why aren't you in that? Where are you from? Treasure Island. Treasure Island. We have coming up with the So we are Indian Rocks Beach right now. Heading our way toward our ultimate destination, which is Madera Beach and Johns Pass, but we got a long way to go. Basically, we're paralleling down Gulf Boulevard, which is the north-south corridor for vehicles with wheels, on the west coast of Florida, north of Tampa Bay, basically, kind of north and west of Tampa Bay. And as I said before, the intracoastal is a highway that allows boaters to go north-south on both sides of the coast of Florida, both the east coast and the west coast. So we're on a little waterway highway, effectively. There is no other plan except boaters starting in Clearwater and ending in Madera Beach, Johns Pass in Florida. There's nothing else. This is just a bunch of people getting together to support Donald Trump and enjoy boating on a Saturday morning. But what better thing to do on a beautiful day in May than to do this? I'd rather be doing this than watching a bunch of horses run. No, I'm just kidding. I enjoy the Kentucky Derby as well. And I think we all do, but this lasts a lot longer than the Derby. This boat ride, I'm guessing, is going to be, it started at 10 o'clock East Coast time, and I'm guessing we probably won't be at Madera Beach and Johns Pass until about 11:30-ish. So it's a good hour and a half, and we're going about 10 miles an hour, maybe about 8, 9, 10 miles an hour in this mystic, beautiful craft, quad engines. I don't know how many horsepower, but it's more horsepower than the Kentucky Derby combined. I know that. We got a little flotilla in front of us of about a dozen boats, but behind us is, I don't know, in the order of a couple hundred boats. Can we switch to that back stern camera? We're on that right now? Good. I don't have a monitor. I can't see what we're on, but Special Ed is manning the stern camera, and you can see boats about as far as the eye can see. Let's just listen to the music. Guy has a speaker system set up on his, it's about probably a 15-footer, and those speakers are not designed for nautical adventures, but he's got them propped up so he has plenty of watts. Some of the intracoastal is not developed. As you can kind of see, if the camera swings a little bit to the left here, you can see that, it's not developed, and probably this area never will be. It's some kind of preserve. But just across the waterway to the right, of course, you can see the boats stacked over there, and then to the right, we have folks that have waterfront homes. Beautiful places, some newer than others, but all out here to support and wave. I don't know. It's funny to see people who are not participating. Do they support this or not? Florida is still considered a red state, and I say it that way because sometimes I'm not so sure. Of course, the radical Marxists are targeting this state along with Texas because if they can flip Florida or flip Texas, it's over forever in perpetuity. You'll have Joe Biden's every 4 years forever. So we can't let that happen, obviously. And these folks are here to prevent it. We are now south of Indian Rocks Beach, headed toward Indian Shores. As we move down the intracoastal, we're going to be passing under one of the many drawbridges that still exist and are in operation in Florida. So if you have a tall masted ship, you got to call to the harbor master or whoever's up there in them tower and say, hey, open up. And I think they charge you. I think there's a charge for lifting the bridge up and stopping traffic. I don't know. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I think there is. Among the chat, this says, thank you for sharing this. Pray for a miracle in November 2024. This is from Elizabeth H.H. That we can defeat defeat the steal by the evil ones. God bless Donald Trump. Well, I couldn't have said it any better, Elizabeth, because it is good versus evil. And I pray every day that good prevails. So here we are. What bridge is this? I'm going to have to find out. This is a drawbridge, one of the many drawbridges along the intracoastal. This is the the Walsingham Road Bridge. All the way on the 5th story up there, waving us on. So that's the way a parade's supposed to be, right? You're supposed to have people on the side cheering on the folks in the parade. This looks like a Rodney Dangerfield boat here. They've got an Ohio State flag. They can't be all that bad, John. There's a speed limit in the intracoastal. I don't know what it is, but I think we're breaking it. Have any idea what the speed limit is? It's supposed to be?
It's
5 miles an hour?
Yeah, about 5. It just says no wake. Minimum wake.
Well, we got a little wake today, don't we? That's what this means. Tell me about your flags. What's that all about? What's the Trump flag all about?
That's the Trump flag, baby. We're ready.
Like Rambo?
We're ready. Yeah, we're ready for 2024. Woo! We're ready for the day, baby. Let's go.
What's gonna happen? are doing to him, right? Persecuting him and
Trump is our warrior. He's fighting.
We're going all the way to the top.
He's the fighter for our nation.
All right, now turn up the music.
Well, you did it again. You turned the volume up on the phone and you messed it up. You got to turn the volume down.
Hey, what is that? Show me the face. Yo, Skipper. Come here. I'm risking my life for this. John, you got to swing around. Show me that face you got. The face of America.
What do you mean?
I want to talk to you. Hey, I know you are. You can drive and talk. Tell me, hey, why do you have a pink Trump flag? Why is that pink?
Because it irritates the liberals, right? Women for Trump irritates the liberals. Women for Trump. Right? Hey, I wanted to do all women for Trump, but my wife wouldn't let me.
So what's going to happen in November?
We're going to win. Go Trump.
You do a little bit of this.
We better win. If we don't, the next time's going to be too late for it. We'll be old by then.
God bless you.
God bless you guys.
Well, we are about Indian Shores, I think. Just a little bit north Indian Shores, where the strip of land between the intracoastal and the Gulf of Mexico is very narrow. So, just over to the, what camera are we on right now, John? One or two? We're on one. So just over to the right of the screen is probably about a couple hundred yards is the Gulf of Mexico. Obviously, the water and the waterways commingle, and this is Gulf of Mexico water, effectively. It can be sometimes brackish in the intracoastal, but it's mostly salt water. Once in a while, you'll see an alligator swimming around here. Apparently, the alligators will take to the salt water once in a while to clean off all the parasites and such that stick to them. Those prehistoric critters that litter Florida, they're 100 million years old. They are truly dinosaurs, but I think that they are also just a wonderful natural aspect to the great state of Florida and other southern places. So as you can see, most of the traffic on the intracoastal today is going south in this giant flotilla, and the few boats that are going north are having a little difficulty navigating all the way, but they'll survive. We're definitely headed in the wrong direction. But most of them are waving in approval. So there you go. This Trumparilla is what the organizer likes to call it. A gentleman by the name of Cliff, who is a local activist in the Pinellas County area, and Pinellas County is effectively St. Pete, Largo, Clearwater, so it encompasses a lot of cities just to the west of the city of Tampa. And Pinellas County is kind of a typical county in Florida. The voter registration, I believe, is only slightly leans Republican, but there's a lot of no-party preference as well. So going into elections, even in the state of Florida, sometimes you don't know how those no-party preference folks are going to break. And Florida is late in the primary season. The Florida primary isn't until August. So we have about 3 months or so of campaigning remaining. Florida does something interesting. They have the presidential primary before the actual primary. So as Republicans already voted in the primary for President of the United States, and of course this guy named Donald J. Trump walked away. And interesting, I don't know if you heard about this, but Trump and DeSantis had a meeting last weekend. And boy, would I like to have been a fly on the wall. Just hear Donald Trump say, "Hi, how you doing, Mr. Sanctimonious?" I just saw a fin pop up there, John, right there. Is that a dolphin? What is that? What is that right there, Special Ed? Yo, what is this?
What do you mean?
What do you see?
Manatee?
It was a fin. I mean, it looked like a dolphin or
either a dolphin or a manatee.
in the intracoastal. What do you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, they'll come right up to you.
Really?
It's so cool. I love it. You can hear their little snout.
You ever see any alligators like once in a while?
No, we've never seen them. But they're not really for salt water.
No, but every once in a while though, they come in the salt water to get the parasites off of them. Yeah.
Yeah. We've heard of sightings, but no, we've never seen it. Thankfully.
They're great pets.
My kitties probably would not like that.
So where are we, Special Ed? Is this Indian Shores?
This is Indian Shores.
So we're back. We're kind of in between zone as the flotilla is kind of spread out a little bit. It was kind of bunched together for a while, and now we're more spread out. So we are, I think we're about halfway right now. If you look at it from a map perspective, we're more than halfway. So as we maneuver through Indian Shores, which is where we are right now, we will cross over one of the main east-west arteries in the St. Pete area, which is Park Boulevard and the Park Boulevard Bridge. But that's coming up in a little bit. Of course, as we all know, Donald Trump is being attacked and persecuted in states that are governed by Marxists like New York. And it's, as he calls it, Donald Trump calls it, it's total election interference. It's a win-win for the Marxists because it takes him off the campaign trail, although it keeps him in the public eye, which is probably what they don't want, but it keeps him in the public eye in a way that CNN can paint it like he's a potential criminal. And that's the way the mainstream media, of course, reports. We have evidence here and there that's coming out through discovery in these trials that a lot of this stuff, the raid on Mar-a-Lago, for example, was coordinated and with assistance from the White House. Yet, for some reason, CNN and the rest of the mainstream media seem to ignore that kind of stuff.
A map perspective.
So, these folks here in this flotilla are here to say, hey, we know what you're doing. We understand you are persecuting the man. And the Bible says, the New Testament says in Matthew, I believe, blessed are the persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Well, that probably applies to Donald Trump, but here on earth we need some biblical intervention here in order to make sure that what happened in 2020, and that is a stolen election, doesn't happen again in 2024. Because if you think about it objectively, what has really changed? Yeah, sure, there's been wins, small wins, victories, and there was a good one in Texas where they said, hey, you cannot have this wholesale vote by mail. That's a big win. And there's been some decent wins here and there, maybe Arizona and Wisconsin, but these battleground states truly is what they target. They being the Marxists. Shall we pick these guys off here? Hey, come here! It's an amazing thing, you can wave boats over and potentially have them crash, but of course we're going to try and do everything we can to. Can you get a little closer? Can you get closer? A little closer. Come on, ramming speed. Hey, so tell me, what are you doing here today? What's going on?
We're so pro-Trump, pro-America. Take back this country. We are tired of this stuff. Aid to America needs to go out the country.
So what are we going to do to make sure they don't steal it again?
What aren't we going to do?
You got to get boots on the ground. You got to cover all the polling places. No mail-in ballots. Just a simple ID, no mail-in ballots. You got to step on these people here in Pinellas County, you know.
Well,
Even here in
we're
this
from
red
Pasco,
Florida.
we're from Pasco, and we're stepping on it.
You live in Pinellas County?
Yeah, but you got
Pasco.
Pasco County? Yeah, Hillsborough County. Hillsborough,
We're
Pasco.
stepping on it.
Yeah, you got to keep them, even if they're Republicans, you got to watch them. You got to watch everything they do.
So what's going to happen in November, huh?
Well,
You're going to work?
You know what's happening in November? I am walking up to the polls, and I am not emailing a ballot. And I'm not emailing a ballot. I am walking up to the polls.
You're not going to mail the ballot.
Hell no.
All right, well, God bless you.
God bless you.
Enjoy this horrible day.
We live in paradise. Keep going. Keep going.
FJD. What do we do to Bud Light?
coming up Park. This is the Park Boulevard Bridge. This is a drawbridge, isn't it? Special ed? This
Not
isn't
Park. Medeiros is.
This is the drawbridge.
it? Yeah, it's a drawbridge.
This is?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
So call them up, tell them to put it up. Look at that beauty. That cigar boat. Not a lot of maneuverability on that thing, but I bet it can go fast.
You know what? It doesn't go a whole lot faster. Some of these things are different rates.
1,800 horsepower, huh? So we're headed to another drawbridge here. This one's actually very low. This is Park Street in Indian Shores, I guess technically we are. So Park Street basically dead ends right where this bridge is into Gulf Boulevard, which is in Indian Shores. So we're about 2/3 of the way to our final destination, which is Johns Pass in Maderna Beach. Maderna Beach. Am I saying that right, John? Maderna Beach?
Madeira.
Madeira Beach. Oh. Madeira Beach. As we look south at approximately 11:19 a.m. here in, I guess we're kind of in the middle of Florida. I like to say southwest Florida, but really we're kind of in the middle of Florida.
Wishing I was
Who is it?
in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze and it don't seem fair. Where in the world is the time to reach my chair?
Crank it up. You ready?
Sunrise.
Who is singing?
That's on the background. Back round, back round.
And I think I might have found me my own kind of paradise.
What's going to happen in November?
Trump, baby! We're gonna kick some ass.
She'll be back in a minute.
We won, baby! We won! Gotta be careful though, man. Where you from? Right here.
The ocean is my only medication.
Lord! Lord!
Now I can't get better water.
Thank you.
Spectators. All right, so we are approaching now North Reddington Beach, which is kind of sandwiched between Indian Shores and Madeira Beach, our ultimate destination. So we are 3/4 of the way done on this Trumparilla. What we'll do at the end, well, everybody kind of just dissipates, disperses, and goes about their business to go home and watch the Kentucky Derby later tonight, I suppose, if they're interested. But what a clean, glorious way to spend a Saturday morning in the free state, the still red state of Florida. What? Oh, yeah.
Some of these things are crazy. He's got jet ski and his smartphone.
never know who you're going to see on the open seas.
draft. What year was that?
1990.
1990. You were only like 3 then, right?
Yeah, it's a couple years old.
So, what are we out doing here today? Huh?
Celebrating Donald Trump.
And America. Absolutely.
You dusted off the pontoon boat for this?
Well, we rented it, but yeah.
Oh, you rented it?
Yeah.
It's a red boat?
Yeah.
Oh, woo-hoo! Was it worth it?
Yeah, we're having a great time.
Isn't it
Absolutely.
awesome? What are you going to do after? You're going to park this at John's Pass and do a little swimming? What are you going to do?
Possibly. We're not sure. We have it only for a couple more hours. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we're just hanging out, enjoying Mitch's birthday too.
All right, well, happy birthday. What's going to happen in November?
Trump's gonna win.
In a landslide again for the 3rd time.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Mary's one with a mimosa.
Mimosa Mary?
Mimosa Mary.
Where's my mimosa, Mary?
You want mine?
My arms aren't long enough. So what brings you out here, Mary, in your new boat?
Trump.
Yeah?
We're supporting Trump. Our whole vote is supporters of Trump, 100%.
Your entire boat?
Yes.
Okay.
We want Trump.
What are we doing to make sure 2020 doesn't happen again?
And we're voting.
You live in Pinellas County?
Yeah, we sure do. Same thing.
You got to put heat on these people in Pinellas County. There's no cheating going on. They don't send out mail ballots to people who don't exist.
We
Right?
agree. Yes,
All right.
we agree. Trump, yay! Nice vote.
Hey, who you voting for in November?
Trump. Is there a wrong answer?
There is no wrong answer when you're wearing a Trump bikini.
Not Trump, we won.
Where's Cliff?
What happened to Cliff? What happened to Cliff, the guy who organized this thing? Did you throw him overboard?
He's not here.
Where is he?
He fell over.
Huh?
2024! It's our year. We're getting him back.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah?
Great. Cliff, we dropped Cliff off over at, he had to go do some, shows and stuff, radio shows and stuff, TV shows.
Cliff is the guy who organized it.
Yeah, Cliff. We just dropped them off
How
over
many
at,
votes do you think are participating?
there was 500 registered. We think probably 350,
About 350?
about 350 votes showed up.
Any Bud Light aboard any of these votes? No, right? No Bud Light. You're supposed to say no.
No Bud Light.
No Bud Light.
No, we will not have Bud Light.
I don't drink at all, so.
Next question.
Who are you voting for in November?
That should be an easy one.
That's an easy one. Trump 2024.
All right.
Donald Trump.
Trump is taking care of our veterans, too. Love that.
How big is that flag?
Build the wall.
What is that, 18?
Build the goddamn wall.
I think it's 22, 20 foot flag. Chris, how big's that flag? The big one. How big is it?
Big enough.
It's a 16-footer.
Hell yeah.
Whatever you got on, baby, stay in. You ain't gotta leave the house.
What are you playing?
I'm having a good time.
Who is this singing?
Sam Hunt.
Who's the music?
Sam Hunt.
Sam Hunt.
Yes.
Why are we out here today? Huh?
Trump.
Yeah? Is it gonna happen in November?
Hell yeah.
Yeah? What are you gonna do to make sure?
You're right there in my vote.
But MAGA Realty. Here.
might be about